So, well, hey everyone, what should I say? On my way here home, I should say, I kind of was watching a couple of guys were staring at the hedgehog on some grass, on the land covered with the grass. It was late, like dark time of the day, and they were staring at the hedgehog and trying to play with him. And I don't know, I was like staying for a while there and watching them, watching that nice creature, and I just wanted to make sure they couldn't do any harm to that nice creature, and I was staring at them with the very clear sight, I should say. Regardless, there was a pretty like darkness fell on our vicinities, and I was staring at them and watching and waiting for them to come out of that nice creature and release that creature, I should say. And I kind of did what I wanted, and I kind of made sure that those guys like were keeping going their way, and they left that nice creature without any intervention, and as it is, I should say. And that was fine, because I'm kind of very peaceful and very nature loving guy, and I adore hedgehogs, hares, hedgehogs, maybe birds, maybe crows, or I don't know, canary if my relative. I'm saying what I'm rambling here. And what else, guys? My introductory activities was pretty dumb and pretty obvious and ubiquitous, I should say, and pretty good actually. As for that's the most crucial thing for me. They were good. I mean, my introductory activities, and there wasn't pretty something just ridiculous or pretty specific. As always, I followed a bunch of activities as for my English learning thing, and I attended library, I attended church. I mean, by church, I mean the regular place where all those native guys gather together and do nothing. That I mean by naming church. I'm saying church. Oh my God. I'm believing man inside, that my temple is inside me, I should say. Excuse me for stumbling here. And I shouldn't have something like temple or church in order to pray my God. I pray my God every day. I mean, but who knows? Everyone's like its own attitude, has its own or her own attitude to religion, and I have my own attitude to religion, my own approach, I should say. And I keep doing things I'm doing in my life, and everything's gonna be fine with that, and even more, everything's gonna be fine, amazing, exhilarating, and even just I don't know, the most brilliant way that I could ever imagine, that everyone could ever imagine. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing ramblings again here, and bear with me. That's me for bear with my English, with my approach, and I'm just craving to speak more and more and more, and you see I'm tending to speak even more fast pace, and that's my natural pace these days. I'm kind of feeling kind of lack of speaking and a lack of communication with Native Americans, and I'm trying to figure out the new ways of practicing my English and trying to be more fluent day by day, and step by step I'm near my goal of being fluent completely. You see, I'm kind of extending things to the highest points that I can, and I'm stretching and forwarding myself again and again, but day by day, and I am nearing my place, my beloved place, I should say, my future beloved place. And if it could happen in my life that I somehow gonna be in America, happen to be in America, I would be glad about that, because maybe I would come prepared in a way, and I would come not completely fluent by having something in my backpack. You know what I'm saying? By naming backpack, I mean the amount of knowledge that I have, not knowledge, but the amount of practice that I passed, the amount of communication that I spent, the hours and days and nights and years even learning my English, my adorable English. And if you're my follower, you might relate to what I'm saying right here. And in this video, I'm trying to be very short and simple and nice as I am. By meaning nice, I mean nice about being able to communicate things clearly and to get this point home very clearly to you and guys and girls, and in order to be understood by the most part of my followers, my adorable followers, and not to be misunderstood again. And that's very crucial point for me, to be understood and to be I should say, to read it the way you want me to treat, just to have me or leave it. You may shut it off in no moment if you are not in the same boat with me, if you are not on the same page with me. I'm not holding you in this place, in this room I should say, in this nice YouTube space. Everyone is free of their own choices, and what approach you would like to choose in your life is up for you, and no one else can just tell you what to do, you know what I'm saying? You're very free in your choice about all the choices that could happen in your lives. And I'll be brief in today's video. That's it for this short session of self-recording again. And if I did a bunch of mistakes, please bear again with my English. I'm only learning. If you are my follower, that's my great appraisal of your activities of tracking my process of self-development, and I am pretty grateful for that to you. And that's my theme, that's my adorable English, and I will step in forward with it, and I will be just familiarizing you again with new things that I would learn, and probably you will stay with me for as long as you want. And that's it for this short episode. Take care, guys and girls, and see you all in a while. See you, bye.